Hi guys, it's Cole here. I have a really weird story I want to tell. So, on and off, I've been doing door to door sales for about 6, 7, probably about really closer to 10 years. And it has been absolutely ridiculous the amount of weird shit I've seen. Just in general, I've seen some weird shit. And I'll tell you more stories about that later. But first, we're just going to get off into the whole um, door to door bullshit. So, I live in a southern state, and I used to work for one of the cable companies out here. By the way, I'm smoking a cigarette, so fuck you if you don't like. Uh, no, really. Yeah, I've seen some weird things. Yeah, I was sitting there talking the other day to one of the new guys that's working in the field right now, and he was just kind of picking my brain at it, and he asked me what was the weirdest thing I've ever ran across while working in the field, and I just started laughing at him. I'm like, boy, you don't even know what weird is until you see it. The weirdest thing I have ever seen, would have to be the time I knocked the door on a cross dressing prostitute. That's right, I knocked the door of a cross dressing prostitute. And she bought cable from me. Sorry, there's like a Civic. So, anyway, I was working at an urban center of the city I stay in. And I think I was like maybe 4 or 5 doors deep. It had to be about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I get out to the field late sometimes. Yeah, just lazy like that, I guess. I don't know. And I already had like a cell in. So I go and knock on this door, and this woman comes out. Oh, woman. Um, she comes to the door, and she's wearing like this kind of like weird lingerie thing. And I guess she must have thought I was like one of her Johns or something. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand why she would answer the door with like all of her stuff just hanging out. Like I didn't know. I was just like, oh hey, hi, I'm Coltrane, and this is the cable service I am providing for everybody trying to save people money. Blah 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 blah. At which point in time she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I thought you were somebody else. Bitch, who are you waiting for dressed like that? I, being the person I am, look, like, obviously you are waiting for somebody else. Is there a better time for me to stop by? By the way, to get past the elephant in the room, did I know if she was a man or not? Yes, I did. Because her big ass package was damn near hanging out of her thong. Listen, I have nothing against LBGT. I have nothing against gay people. I have nothing against trans people. I have nothing against any of that. Be happy. I voted for you guys to get married. But this is just in general, as a door to door representative, as a person that goes to your house and knocks on your door, if for whatever reason you hear knocking at your doorbell rings, don't just automatically assume that it is somebody here to see you that wants to see you naked. Be a man, woman, transitioning, whatever. I kind of don't want to see it. I'm here to make my money, not to try to get your honey. Anyway, as Susan Longcock was sitting there trying to cover herself, her shame or pride or whatever the hell you want to call it, because god damn it, that thing was a fucking monster. I was like, what the fuck do you eat? Do you feed that damn thing? She was like, oh my god, ah, ah, ah. So she goes back and she covers up. And as I'm about to walk away, she goes, hey, wait a minute. You said you're with who? With Cable Company B. I'm not going to do any free promotion for any of these companies, by the way, because they don't pay me enough to. Uh, so she's like, well, I'm with Company A and my bill is kind of high. All right. Well, how much are you paying? I'm paying like $197. True? How many TVs? 2. Shit, I got the plan for you. Would you like to do this outside or would you like to get dressed and go inside? So I go inside and I set her up with service. She gets like a pretty decent package. It's like I end up saving her like 60 or 70 bucks or something like that. Blah, 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 blah. So after it's all said and done, we're sitting there just kind of laughing and joking. We finally get done. I'm like, hey, can I use your restroom? Oh, okay. Yeah, my restroom's back around the corner, da da da. Sweet. So I go to her bathroom. I walk down the hall. It's a fairly decently clean house. It's like a smaller kind of, I don't want to say like it's an apartment. It's like a duplex. So I walk into her bathroom. It's like I said, everything's nice and clean. As soon as I open up the door, I look at the wall, and there has to be the biggest fucking dildo I've ever seen plastered to that fucking wall. I mean, like it looked like a glory hole for the fucking Harlem Globetrotters in there. Like, it was just a big black dildo just stuck to the wall. Just boom, 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 boom. So I'm sitting there, I'm taking a piss, and I'm just staring at this huge ass fucking dildo that's just sitting there. And I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck have I got myself into? I'm looking around, and there's this that's when I start kind of paying attention to what's going on in the bathroom. And there's like fucking sex toys all over the fucking place. That's just there. There's a fucking dildo stuck on the wall with super glue and God's good grace. There's fucking butt plugs and anal beads and fucking lubrications and fucking fleshlights and just all kinds of. I mean, this freaky ass bitch just has all. It's like someone went to a fucking sex toy store and was like, I want everything. So finish up my paperwork, and he's like, part of my job is I have to give people my phone number, in case they have any problems with their install or anything like that. They need to give, like, for them to call me up so I can fix their order or cancel it or whatever it may be. So I'm finishing up the spill. I'm like, hey, so, your install date's on this day. Here's your order form number. Here's your new telephone number. Here's your this. Here's your that. We're most likely going to install some stuff on the outside of the house and on the inside of the house and whatnot. So you might want to, kind of keep everything nice and clean. And she's like, oh, okay, great. And if I have any problems, who do I need to contact? And I looked her dead in her eyes, and I was like, you know what? The best people to call if you have any type of issues is going to be customer service, because I'm pretty sure they'll be able to handle you more than I would be able to. That was the first time, and I think the only time that I gave somebody a customer phone, like the customer service phone number, like right there. Like I did not want to be ever bothered with that deal ever again. That was just the weirdest, creepiest thing because he was like throughout the entire time she kept on saying things that was very flirtatious, and I really wasn't too into it. And like she was sitting next to me on the couch and she was like trying to get all close, and I'm like, no, no, no. But anyway, so that was probably the weirdest experience I've ever had doing door to door. I mean, I've had a couple of guns pulled on me. I've had people try to offer me their daughters as fucking like trade. Like I've I've seen just the weirdest shit ever. I've came across like super rare cars that people just have in their garage, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what to do with it. I'm just fixing it up. Probably just gonna cruise around with it," knowing they got like $100,000 car at auction. Just craziness. Anyway, there's just one of the many fucked up stories I have. Um, but yeah. So the moral of the story is, don't just answer the door with your dick out. You never know who's behind it. It could be Mormons, the cops, the cable guy, or some dude trying to sell you windshields. Who the fuck knows? Fucking Girl Scouts, for as far as you know. Just don't come to the door with your dick hanging out. It's not a good look. It's never been a good look. It's just weird. Anyway, later guys. I'm done with my cigarette. I'm going back inside. Bye.